We're gonna do a advanced driving lesson today. This will pick up from the previous 3 lessons that I've already given you. We're gonna do a little bit of normal driving and show the shifting for normal driving. We're also going to cover obstacles in the road and going up starting off on an incline, a hill. Right, and I can go. I pull back. Now I'm just going to shove it forward. Look at there. And it automatically goes into 3rd. Now I'm ready to go to 4th. I simply pull straight back. Now I'm getting ready to turn left up here. So I'm going to start slowing up. And right about the right time, I'm going to downshift. I just push forward and let off on the clutch, and now I'm just coasting down. When I get down to a low, I'm gonna just pull back and all the way back, and now I can keep going. Now here's the other lesson. If I see an obstacle in the road, I have a wheel in the center, I have to put my butt right over the obstacle that I want to clear. Now I'm gonna look for a hole here. Right here's a hole. Just cleared it. Okay, right here is a hole. Oop, hit it anyway. But that goes true with if there's a can in the road or a lug wrench or whatever. You line up with your seat, and I say the passenger side as opposed to that side because it's easier to judge this side. It's harder to judge passing the object on the right. All right, we're at a red light. I'm in neutral, got my foot on the brake, always foot on the brake. My clutch is released, it's just idle. Now I'm ready to go. Now I'm gonna pull straight back this way. There, that's 2nd. 3rd is pushing straight in. I don't move it one way or another, just straight forward. Then I pull straight back. And I can ride in 4th gear. Between 30 and 40 miles an hour is fine to ride like that. Now I'm going to work my way over to the right. Look very carefully before you go. It's very difficult to see on that side. It's hard enough on this side, but you have to turn your head. Now, I don't need to shift. I can sit here and ride with it. Notice where my tachometer, it's about 1900. As long as I stay close to 2000 or a little bit below, I'm in the correct gear. This would be too high. Look, I'm about 1200. That's way too low. So, what you want is power. You want to be able to have reserve power that if you need to get out of the way, you can do it. So always try to find the gear that keeps you close to 2000 RPM and you're working great. 5th gear is for 50 and above. It's an overdrive. Now I'm downshifting, getting ready to stop. Put her in 2nd. Now I didn't really have to do that. I just was showing you. Gearing down is when the red light is ahead of you and you're trying to just let the engine slow you down. Okay, I'm in neutral. I got my foot on the brake. Now I'm going to turn right. Shifting will get to where you don't even think about it. You hear the engine and you know you need to shift. That's what you're working toward. Is not even being conscious of it. See, I know I need to shift at that point. Now, I'm going to be turning up here, so I don't really have to shift. I should be shifting right now, but the fact that I'm going to turn and I'm going to slow down, I don't want to shift. So, I'm ready to go, and I might make this light. Nope. So, I push her to neutral, and I stop. Now, what I'm doing is, by not holding the clutch in, is I'm extending the life of the throwout bearing, which is part of the clutch assembly. And every time you depress the clutch, you're putting wear on the throwout bearing. Right now, the throwout bearing is idling and it's not spinning, and we're going. That beep, someone heard me on my little transmission there. Okay, now notice I just pulled straight back. Now to go into fifth, I push over that way and straight up, and it goes. So you have to push over and up. Now I'm about 42 miles an hour. I'm in fifth gear. If I'm going to stay at this speed and I'm in level ground, this is great. Now I'm going to change lane. See, I have acceleration, so I can ride in fifth just fine. Now I'm at 50. 50 is perfect gear for fifth gear all the way up. It saves you gas. Alright, we're going to do another shift pattern. Now I'm just normal shifting. Now if I feel like I'm going to be slowing up, I don't go into fifth gear. I ride along, I'm at 40 miles an hour. I can do it in fourth gear. Like I say, third and fourth gear are your in-town gears that work the best. Second gear is simply a shifting gear to get you from first gear up to third gear, and from third gear down to first gear. So that's about what second is. Second is also good for 10 to 15 miles an hour, like school zones and what have you. Now, I'm going to go from fourth gear to neutral. I didn't have time to downshift. You do not have to downshift all the time. Use downshift for when you've got a distance up ahead that you're trying to slow from like 50 or 60 miles an hour down to a stop. Downshifting plays an important part at that time. So I'll just sit here and ride in neutral, and then I go. We're going to the hill to see how to get up a hill from a standing still start. And the Dairy Queen has my hill, and we always like an excuse to go to Dairy Queen. Now here again, I'll just downshift. Now I'm in third gear. I just pull her to neutral, and I sit here with my foot off the clutch. Now I shift in. See how that works? Pretty soon you get to automatic and you just drive in an automatic pattern. However you adopt is fine. You're not doing anything wrong. Just get comfortable and not have to worry about thinking about shifting. Shifting should be automatic, and that's something you don't even think about. Here's the hill. Now let's say you get right here and there's a line of traffic and you need to get started. Okay, watch what happens. See, I'm rolling back. I have to run my, I have to feather my clutch to get me up the hill. Right here, if I let go of my brake, watch what happens. See, I'm going back, so I have to work quickly to get up that hill. So that's something you're going to have to practice, because you're going to run in those situations. Let's go back and do it again. Okay, and then you want to try this. Okay, this is a small hill right here. I'm going to stop right here. Now,
if somebody's behind you, you don't want to roll back into them. So you have to build some confidence and find a little hill near you and try this. Okay, I'm in neutral, my foot is on the brake. Now I'm going to show you one other technique, is use your emergency brake. I pull it up and I pull that, not the release. I operate it, let go of my brake. Now I've got my foot off the brake, my clutch is in, but first I need to be in first gear. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to release my clutch, and at the same time I do that. So you can work with the emergency brake to get you started if you want to try that. So that's something you're going to have to practice. So go find a hill, because you don't want to roll back into someone in the back. So, and you don't want to stall the engine. If you stall the engine in this Polaris Slingshot, you have to turn the key off to get the thing started. So keep that in mind if that happens to you. It will not start until you turn the key off and then back on. All right, that's our driving lesson, and I hope it's will be helpful. Now the rest is up to you to get out there and practice. Now one other tip, you have only 5 inches clearance on the front snout or the air spoiler. If I were to go straight across, I might hit that pavement. So here's what you do, is you go always at an angle when you have a dip that you've got to go over. Do a 45 or as sharp of an angle as you can. I'm going to show you here. Like this. Okay? Never straight down. Pulling up to a parking divider. A parking divider, you want to judge your distance and stop short of hitting that thing, because you're gonna cause your spoiler to hit. Okay, now we're free to ride. Yahoo! Now, once you get a little confidence, you can have a little fun. Okay, let it begin. The thing has a lot of power, so you got more power than you can use, really. And we're still going the speed limit, but it looks like we're flying. Downshift and back to neutral, waiting. All right, now see, I'm still rolling. I go to second. First would have been too low. I think you can even hear how the engine sounds when it's right. See, now I'm about 48, I can be in 5th gear. But I don't really have strong power in 5th like I would at 4th. But 4th would give me a little higher RPM. Let's see. See, I'm up close to 2,000, but I've got some really zip if I needed to go. Like that. It can be fun. This is very quick steering, so you can have a tremendous amount of exhilaration and still be within the speed limit. Just don't do it too hard. Now see, 3rd gear at 40 is way too high of a gear. actually a low of a gear. You see how it's racing? It's $3 grand. Right now, everyone should know this is wrong. So I'm going to pull her down to 4th, and look, I'm at $2 grand again. $2 grand is your premium range there to keep the engine at. Like I say, these short little stops, downshifting is not that important, and you shouldn't downshift more than 2 gears at a time. Like true downshifting would be if you're in high gear, 5th, and you're trying to work your way down to a stop. You would go from 5th to 4th to 3rd to 2nd, and then you'd be stopped. Okay, I'm going to turn you off for right now. Okay, here we go. Show you what, if you get a little over energetic, you get what you call the duck woggle in the back when you lay into the accelerator just a little too hard. Now I did that as a demonstration just to show you what to expect if you do that, and I wouldn't recommend you do it until you are comfortable with all the aspects of the Slingshot.